Welcome to the Other Dads Podcast. Two first-time fathers trying not to screw this up. Welcome back to the Other Dads Podcast, episode 17. We've got a packed show. Stay in your seats, folks. Be on the edge of your seats. Don't lean back. Buckle up. It's going to be a wild one. We've got Game and Brews, of course. We've got Josh going back to work. I had a breakthrough over the week. We're going to take a mailbag and then get into segments and wrap us up at the end with the most important segment of all. Did you see the fellas?
Christian, we've got a game to pick.
Are you ready for some football? A Monday night party. All my rowdy friends playing football tonight.
That was... Who is that? Is that Hank Williams Jr.? Does he do that?
Yeah, Hank Williams Jr.
That was Christian's rendition of Hank Williams Jr. It's Monday
I do that song no matter if it's any night football. It could be Wednesday night football, and I sing the same song. It's Wednesday night football. It just always works.
And our first Dr. Rick of the night. It's the first Monday Night Football of the season. We've got the New York Jets at the San Francisco 49ers. We're live here in the second quarter. 7-6 Jets.
Man, it feels good to be back.
I want to say, I think since we've gone to the real coin, I haven't won a coin toss yet.
No, not true. You've won two.
I've been getting a lot of people reaching out saying it's not fair, it's rigged, we need to go back to the coin generator.
No, you've won. No, check the evidence. I think you've won 3 of 7.
Not on the coin flip. I've been dominating you with picks 2 in a row.
No. You've won the flip numerous times.
Let's get to it.
All right, here's the flip. I mean, that not a good week for you. It's tails. And I will take I'll take the Jets with the upset based on McCaffrey being out.
Wow. People are starting to say that you are choking the first pick. Last week you went with Florida State when it was clear they were going to lose that game. And now you're taking the Jets at San Fran.
No one's scared of going to play in Candlestick.
I'll take the defending runner-ups, the 49ers. I've always been a huge Kyle Shanahan guy.
Yeah, same. Who's not a Kyle Shanahan guy? It's not a hot take.
I'm not.
Oh.
Can't win the big one.
Well, I'd love to be in the big one. And what are you drinking today, Josh?
Well, it was the first Monday back at work. Got up
Mondays,
nice
am I right?
Got up nice. Well, I like to say Mondays are the new Saturday. Got up nice and early at about 5:30 a.m. So I'm dragging a little here. I've got a nice cup of Joe.
Nice. Nothing like a cup of Joe at 9 p.m. to really get the heart rate going.
Might be our second Dr. Rick of the day. I feel like dads are always just sipping coffee, no matter what time of day.
Yep. That's a good one. I'm drinking
what do you got, Christian?
Cayman Jack margarita, canned margarita. Watermelon is this one.
A delicacy of the land.
Yeah, these are pretty good. They sneak up on you.
Amon. Touchdown 49ers. Here we go.
It's fine. I ain't scared.
After Christian said he'll take the Jets because McCaffrey is out, the backup running back scores.
That's fine. I actually need to take these picks a little more serious because I do not want to wear an adult diaper.
Yep. And we've gotten some good feedback on a couple of our punishments. Again, we don't know when the poll will be out, sometime probably towards the end of the year, but I got some feedback about the bottle maybe being thrown back into the mix here, that we would be very frustrated drinking a nice cold one out of a baby bottle.
I think the diaper can't lose. People I've talked to, nothing more humiliating than that.
I think the contraction simulator would probably be the most fun.
The the chest feeding. Tell the listeners what Lady G's feedback was about the chest feeding.
Oh, yeah. Lady G, that one might not even make it to the board due to a veto from Lady G. She's worried about her son dying due to malnutrition.
Yeah, I'm not tracking there. You're feeding this sucker. You're using what the Lord's given you to feed him, and she thinks she's not going to get fed?
It could be a problem.
I'm tired of this shaming. Josh, you mentioned it. You went back to work. How are you feeling? Are Mondays the new Saturdays, or is it work?
Wag. I miss my Fantasyland.
Yeah.
I'm definitely
back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity.
You can't keep doing that one.
That's all I got, man.
I'm working for the weekend.
Yeah. People say something about work on Monday. Don't say it again.
How many work songs can we do? Just looking forward to drinks after work.
Working at 9 to 5. You know what song I think of a lot?
Hard work.
I think of work sucks. I know. All the time. I'll just randomly, I'll just be like, work.
Yeah, whenever that song comes on in a wedding, I mean, I'm just waiting for that line. I sing it passionately.
We're thankful for our jobs. We love our jobs. I love my job. But work is work. If Nikola Jokic can be honest about work, we can all be honest about work.
It is a means to an end.
Yep. What did he say? Nobody likes their job, or they're lying to you?
Yeah. I think some people do.
No, I like my job, seriously, but it is work. If I could choose Fantasyland, building patios, we do it.
Touchdown 49ers.
Not a second touchdown, by the way, listeners. They got it called back the first one.
I had a false alarm there. But yeah, Christian, I did go back to work. It was a busy week for us. I technically went back on Friday for one day.
Actually, you went back on Thursday.
Yeah, that's true. I did go on Thursday, try to get in the building. Badge didn't work. I said, hey, have I been cut? Did I not make the final roster? And I don't know if it was dad brain or being out for a while. Checked my work app there and realized I was actually supposed to come back on Friday. So did a little trial run for the new commute. We went back home, it was fun. It was a bonus day at home with JA. But I did go in Friday, which was nice. Good to see people. And then I had my first Monday back today. No, Mondays are not the new Saturdays. I'm not at the point yet where I'm trying to escape and go to work. I might be trying to escape, but it's not to go to work.
Going somewhere else.
It's interesting. It's interesting going back to work. You get a lot of observations from strangers. Unfortunately, they kind of come so fast. I didn't really get too many written down. But I do know you asked me. A big thing for you is people are always asking, "Oh, is he sleeping through the night?" And I was like, "No, he was literally just born." But that's good. I've got a good phrase I keep going to. I don't think it's coming across how I intended to come across. People will say, "Hey, how's baby doing?" And I say, "Good. I think he's normal." And they kind of look at me like, "What?"
Nice.
And I just say, "Yeah, he's not overly fussy, but he's not perfect. He's just a baby."
Yeah, did I not tell you that? I always said, they said, "How is he doing?" And I'd say, "He's a baby."
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I love saying too.
Yeah, it's like, he's not, like, what do you want me to say? He never cries.
Somebody asked me, "Does he cry?" And I was like, "Yeah."
Oh my gosh.
That's what he does.
Oh man, crying, am I right?
Yeah. Christian, I wanted to do, before I get into some other thoughts about going back to work in our week, I wanted to do a quick role play with you.
All right, hit me.
You will be yourself coming back to work after leave, and I will be either a close work colleague, maybe a former boss, someone that you have a pretty solid relationship with.
Okay.
I just want to see how you would handle the situation.
Okay. He's not in my hierarchy anymore, or she?
It doesn't play a role in this. It's just
Okay.
someone you know well at work.
All right.
Okay. Hey, Christian, how you doing? Oh, wait, hold on. Remember, you just came back from leave. This is your first day.
All right.
Hey, Christian, how you doing?
Oh, pretty good. Glad to be back.
It's nice. I saw that, did you see the new change we had in the department?
No, I didn't. What happened?
Yeah, Bill's on a new team and they're changing this process. So, yeah, but, you doing all right?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. Just glad to be back. Sleeping all right.
All right. Well, it was good to see you, man.
You too. Have a good one. Tell Bill I said hi.
Okay. Okay. And cut.
That happened to you?
So not that specifically, but I wanted to see what you do. It sounds like you're a little bit more forthcoming. I've had a lot of interaction with people that I know should ask me about my baby and know that I was out for 4 weeks, and they just don't say anything.
Yeah, that is a thing. People, they don't say it exactly,
Oh, they don't say
But
anything.
especially that'd be weird coming from someone that you knew pretty well. That's really weird.
I talked to an old boss today for 10 minutes about cars because she had gotten a new car, and she knows about Lady G. She knows about her being pregnant. I assume knows that she hasn't seen me in 4 weeks. Not once did she ask about the baby.
Ugh, that's brutal, man.
But the thing is, I don't.
Why do you think they're doing that?
Because they don't remember. They don't.
Oh, you think they don't? They think they don't remember? I thought they were just
Yeah.
trying to keep it between the lines.
No. It's not intentional. I think it's purely just they forget. But I'm not the type. It sounds like you're a little bit more okay with like giving a leading answer. I'm not like, hey, my baby's. Here's my baby. Like I'm not a person that's gonna go up to you when it's my birthday and say, hey, it's my birthday.
I mean, neither am I. I think there's a big that's a big jump.
But the position where it's, but then somebody's like, oh yeah, it's your birthday. Why didn't you tell me? It's like, I wasn't going to come up to you and be like, hey, it's my birthday. Tell me it's my birthday.
Yeah. What's up? Celebrate me.
So it's like, I'm not going to go to somebody like, hey, I just had a baby.
I think people they'd ask me like, they'd be way more intentional. How's the baby doing? Oh, are you getting sleep is the question rather than how's it going? Like regular old, how's it going?
Yeah. To be honest, I didn't have any lines there. I should have prepared more. The point of it was basically like, how do you respond to someone that just, should mention the baby? Cause like, they know, and like you have a good enough relationship, but they don't.
That's tough, man. I'm sorry to hear that. That sucks.
So I had a couple of those, and it was interesting because then I feel like they're going to feel bad when they remember it later, and then they're like, oh, I already talked to them. Yeah. Yeah. It's interesting. It's like, I don't know. I always get awkward in those because I'm like, you're going to feel bad later, but I'm also not going to just bring it up. Like, I don't know.
I think people just get in their own world, man. They don't even think about other people.
Oh, yeah. And especially like just my job, my work environment is definitely not like people focused in the sense of like people know a lot about people outside of work. So, I mean, it didn't surprise me, but I just thought it was funny.
Yeah. It's tough though. Hope that gets better.
Yeah, I doubt it. But anyways, one other
hope it gets worse.
One other thing from going back to work is that I got to have my first come home from work and see the kid.
Oh yeah, was he jumping for joy?
Which is fun. No, he was not. He was asleep.
Dad's home.
Yeah, that's what you expect, and then it's just like, no, I'm knocked out. But
and you expected that?
No, but that's what that's what you're getting excited. It's like everything I'm getting excited about being a dad. It's like it's just I'm so far away from that.
Yeah.
Now I did catch myself on Friday, my first day back, at least twice. I went through my entire photo album of him and just looked at every picture of him.
Oh, that's sweet.
Did you do that?
Yeah. Totally. No, I did not.
That's okay. You said last week that you're falling more in love with him, so you get a pass. But yeah, I don't know. He's cute, you know. Maybe I got more of a connection with him than I think. I just was like, let me look at my guy. That's my guy. I miss him.
Yeah, that's great. I think that's true. It's okay if it's a one way relationship to love someone. You know, it's totally fine.
Yep. A couple other things from this week. JA had a big week. He got to see great grandparents. He saw
Wow.
grandparents. He went to his first baseball game. He went to church. All in the same week for him. Big week.
Wow, I didn't know y'all went back to church too. Us too. First weekend back.
It went pretty well. We got to stay in the sanctuary the whole time. He didn't freak out. He had a little bit of crying at the beginning. Not a cry, more like a little dog cry. Lady G consoled him, and he went to sleep. He was great.
We've started to do kind of the tips that you gave us for the wedding. We're doing that everywhere we go. So we've got a stroller, and I'm moving the stroller the whole time. Even when I'm sitting, he's moving. And got the exit plan, and yeah, so we had a great time at church too. Same like I was just shocked. I got to actually listen to the sermon, and it was amazing. And I don't know about you, just that feeling of being back in community. And I know y'all are still in the thick of it, but like I feel like I was like, oh man, we came out of the dark days of being isolated. Like we're back.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, it is nice to get out and see people and get back to some normalcy. Now, going back to your point about our tips, I will say we had a rough start going in there. We sit with a couple of couples from our small group, and we were all kind of walking at the same time, but we were leading the way. And I was like, well, we need to be on the end of the row, so we shouldn't go in first. But we go in first, and as we're like walking in, I'm like, hey, Lady G, we need to be on the end. Let's hang tight. She kind of just forgets that, goes in. So we're like 8 people deep into a row.
Oof.
And he immediately starts kind of fussing. I'm like, this is my nightmare. My heart was pounding for like a good 2 minutes.
That'll get you sweaty real quick.
Yeah. But then he settled down. And so that was good. Now, coming out of church, I've got a new fear to share with you.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I don't know if this happened with you. It could be either you're holding the baby, in your arms, you're holding him in the car seat. Could be anything. But he's with you, and you have to walk downstairs.
Nope. Not a fear. You're asking me that's a fear? Why is that a fear? I go down the stairs with him every day.
I could trip, I could fall, I could crush him, land on him. It's over.
Do you trip and fall downstairs pretty often?
Not often, but it can happen.
Don't do it. What do you mean? Like, you could trip and fall walking.
Accidents happen in the workplace. I could trip anywhere. I mean, I could trip on flat ground.
Yeah. You're just not going to carry him ever again?
I think what it is now because he's with me, I'm more aware. And it's kind of one of those things where like you're subconsciously, like you don't think about having to walk down steps because you've done it so many times. And now I'm like step. So I do have a fear of holding him and falling, and then what do you do? Do I throw him out of instinct? Do I turn and land on my back?
Yeah. I mean, those scenarios have ran through my head. I'm not afraid though. I jumped over a fence today with him.
Okay. Care to tell more?
They delivered the mail to the wrong house, so I jumped over the fence to give it to the other people.
Committed a crime with him.
What? I gave the mail to the right people.
Sound like you were just trespassing and taking mail.
No. They gave it to me, and I redelivered it.
I thought they had your mail.
No. I'm going to get it. Well, I hope you get through that fear, man. I hope you can process that, and I believe in you. I believe that you can overcome.
Yeah, I mean, it's
you're an overcomer.
I am. The Lord is with me. I can be strong and courageous. The thing about it is, I have to remember the past too. I have to remember what He's brought me out of, all the steps I have walked down safely.
Yep.
I have to think about that. I can't think about my failures or my potential future failures.
That's
I
right.
rely on what has already been done.
Stairs are meant to take you up, brother, not take you down.
Is that from something?
No, I just made that up.
That was interesting. I like that.
It's kind of my inner Joe Dirt that comes out every now and then.
Yeah, but that was my week. It was going back to work, not the best. It's I work pretty long shifts here, so just a long time not being with him and Lady G, and yeah, and it stinks coming home that you can't. He doesn't even know I'm not here, pretty much, which is also kind of a bummer. But it was exciting on my end to come home and see him.
Do you think you have a longer fuse and like more patience with him when you go to work?
Like when I come home?
Yep.
I would say it's about the same. I'm pretty patient with him, honestly. I'm really only time I'm not patient with him is like the middle of the night. Other than that, man, I think I could just sit here and listen to him cry. I mean, it sounds kind of psychopath.
Music to my ears.
Yeah, exactly. But no, I'm pretty patient with him. I don't know. I mean, he hasn't made me too upset recently.
Gotcha. I found that when I went to work, I like couldn't wait to see him when I got home versus when I was in pat leave. It was like, oh, again, I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I wasn't thinking about it like that.
It mixes up your days, you know?
I'm definitely more excited to like, yeah, well, I don't get before I was getting as much time as I wanted, you know, it's like I had to make a choice to not be with him. I had to go like, say I'm going to go to the gym and leave versus now it's like, against my own, choice, I have 3 hours with him.
Yep.
Well, but yeah, that was my week.
Thanks for telling me about your week. I know it's a big change and, it'll take a while to get adjusted to and to sleep and like what to say yes to. I know my fitness took a real big change when I went back to work, and kind of anything that was for my own well-being has taken like a back burner. So I know you're probably going through similar changes. So praying for y'all.
Yeah, how do you think the time of the day has gone for you? I think we talked about it with the day. It felt like days were just like the day itself would fly by because you're just living in these 3-hour increments. But then you go to work and it's like normal schedule. For me, the first 2 days, they have felt like 48-hour days.
Oh, like working just takes forever. You're just at work forever.
Yeah,
I think
I
you
feel like
work.
I'm at work forever.
I think you work long. I think we have very different jobs, probably.
That's true.
I really do love solving the problems that I solve at my job and the people I work with. And my hours are way shorter than yours.
All right, let's move on. Christian, you've had some breakthroughs this week. You figured this thing out.
I've cracked the code.
You cracked the code. You and JJ are best buds. You're in love. You guys are hanging out. Pillow talk.
We throw the ball with each other now.
Yeah. Let's hear about it. How's it been going?
Yeah, I wanted to talk about.
Wait, real quick. Christian, how old is your son?
Oh. I've actually lost track of the weeks. Someone asked me this the other day. I told them 2.5 months, and they said how many weeks, and I said
5,
12,
4, 3,
12. I'm going with 12.
2, 12 months.
Yeah, 12 weeks.
12 weeks. And you are? I have no idea.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how do you know?
Yeah, if it wasn't for today being the 1 month for JA, I was totally losing track already.
So you're out. You don't know the weeks then?
4 weeks. All right, isn't that a month?
I bet it's 5.
That's neither here nor there.
Yeah, I know the weeks thing trips me up. I'm good with the months.
Can I say real quick? I think the whole like they grow up so fast. I think that might be a lie.
Thank you. I was going to talk about that too. That's like my biggest thing people say at work. They're like, it's gonna fly by, and I'm like, it feels like it's been 2 years.
I'm sure. Yeah, exactly. I'm sure it flies by when they're older and like just you have a school year and you see them less and they're doing things. But right now, man, I'm looking at other babies. I'm like, that guy looks the same as ours, and he's a year older than him.
Yeah, I mean,
like, how long can we do this?
How long do you think how long does it feel like you've been a parent? I mean,
Um,
if for me, it feels like it feels like I've been a parent for years.
I don't feel like, yeah, I don't feel like a parent for that long. I just feel like I've had this baby for like way more than 4 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, when you say it that way, it's like, oh man, that's 4 weeks. I could do anything
Yeah.
for 4 weeks.
I'm like we had 1 month, took his picture, and it's like, people see him, they're like, he's getting so big. Uh, he looks the exact same. And other than like the schedule changing some, it is the exact same life. Eat, poop, sleep.
Yep, yep, yep.
Now I will say the top of his head is aging rapidly. He has got some bad male pattern baldness going.
I think that's just every baby. It's like the Benjamin Button thing. You look the same as an old man as you do as a baby.
People keep seeing him, they're like, sick mohawk, and I'm like, nope, that's just he's bald.
Yeah, I think he has a cool fro hawk.
All right, Christian, I hate to interrupt. Back to you.
Yeah, I do. You asked about breakthrough. Yeah, there was two breakthroughs I think this past week. One is about JJ, and his breakthrough, and I don't know if it's that important for folks. It's just my son, but maybe out there, if your son is struggling with pooping or passing gas, basically JJ was just straining and straining and straining, and he would be yelling at the top of his lungs and fussing every time he had to go poop. And if you look it up, to Josh's point, it's normal. It's going to go away. That's all it says. It's normal. It's normal. It's normal. But someone said to Lady A, have you tried to stop eating dairy? Maybe he has a dairy intolerance. She tried. And since that day, since there's like a lag, and from when she eats to when he gets the milk. But like after 2 or 3 days of that, it's night and day, dude. He just poops. He doesn't know it exactly, and you can tell he's like looking off into the distance. He's like grunting a little bit, but then he poops. But he used to scream and scream and scream, and the only way she knew is she went to see her doctor and told her about it. Finally, this is like the fourth time we've seen the doctor, and the doctor said, "Is there like mucus in his stool?" She looked it up, and it's like this strandy kind of texture, and that's what he had. So if you're out there and your baby's really straining, it's worth a shot. Try to not have dairy for a little bit and see if it works. I mean, totally different baby. I mean, night and day difference for him.
So is he lactose intolerant?
I guess so. I don't know. That feels like a lot to say. I don't. But
like, is that something that goes away?
I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure. What an idiot of me to pick against the 49ers at Candlestick. I mean, I'm eating that one. It's getting out of hand.
What size diaper are you?
He's on a 2 now.
No, you for the punishment.
Oh, a men's 32.
I'm a 32 That's a part of it. You have to go into the store and tell somebody your size. Say, do you have any 32 size diapers?
What are we shopping at Levi's?
I like a short inseam.
No, we're just gonna go to CVS. But anyway, so yeah, I mean that was huge. That's been huge for us, because he already slept pretty well. He's like for his age, he's an amazing sleeper. It was just the daytime, man. He was Mr. Screamy all day long, and so to have him be able to lose that, it's been a godsend. So that's first thing. So try that if you're out there as dad. Pitch that to your wifey.
I do want to say J.A. is pooping good, but man, he is definitely fussy when he can't get a fart out. So I don't know. We could have it.
Worth a try. Check out his poop. Look up or Google mucus baby poop. It's worth looking up and see if he has similar poop. We do the Gas X drops. You can do those every feeding. And we do that on top of the lactose intolerant thing. So
what is that? He takes is it pill or something?
No, it's a liquid. It comes with a syringe. It's 0.3 ml, and I guess it's just supposed to help them fart.
And it's a gas?
It's called Gas X, or it's made by Little Remedies. no free ads.
So it's almost like a vaccine. You give him a little bit of gas so that he can
No,
have gas.
it's not gas.
Oh, okay. So
No,
gas drops.
I said it's liquid.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
Well,
you
it could be
farted.
liquid.
You cup a fart in your hand and you throw it at him.
And he smells it and he says, I can do that.
So stupid. Yeah. Okay. The second breakthrough I think is really pertinent to dads out there. And I hope it helps you, Josh. I've been on the struggle bus, I think, with Joy. And it's not from like any regret, or it's more of just, this is a big life transition. I mean, my life is totally different. And I think for a long time, I mean, it's not that long. I mean, he's 2.5 months old. For years. That's what I'm telling you. It feels like it's been years. It feels like for a long time, but it's not a long time at all. For a while, though, I just thought about the stuff I can't do anymore, or I'm not doing. And I think I have to realize, like, I can't keep trying to live that life. It's not over. It's just different. Like, my life is different. And so anyway, like, Lady A had a hair appointment this Saturday, and I needed to watch JJ to let her do that. And I was happy to let her do that. But I think in the past, you'd be like, oh, I have to watch JJ. And I'm trying to, in my best of my ability, think about, oh, I get to hang out with JJ,
Mm-hmm.
This is my son. So I think that that framing is really helping me to be more positive about the experience, instead of saying like, oh, like, I think in the past, like, what I've been doing is like, oh man, I can't play basketball because I have to watch JJ. But like,
yeah,
I get to watch JJ. That's pretty cool. And so I just gotta keep working on that and stop mourning. It's not, yeah. I think I probably still mourn kind of, some things that are different and won't be the same. But like, similar with dates, for a while there, I was like so frustrated every time we tried to take him out with us on our date night. We were like, I was trying to get him to be calm at a restaurant, but instead, like this past weekend, we went to the fair, and that's so much better because I get to walk around with him in the stroller and he's moving, rather than trying to make him fit our old life. Like, why don't we adapt to encompass him and what he's, his current life stage? So that's the idea. I think it's been really helpful because I was really struggling, and I'm sure I still will struggle, with the change, but that's been really helpful this past week.
Do you think that's like is that just an optimistic thought, or like has it been working in practicality?
I was pretty down in the dumps last Sunday, and I was praying and kind of, I think, was given this idea, and so that the rest of the week I tried to implement it, and I'm feeling much happier. But that could just be mood swings too. Yeah. So I don't know. I guess we'll see how it goes. But I'm pretty optimistic. I'm pretty I think it's gonna help me, at least how my mind works, my mindset. If I can control that and like how I frame the way I think about things, then I can kind of change my perspective. So I don't know if other people out there are like that, but that really helps me.
I think that's helped me. It's just I don't. I think it like is short for me. Like, whether it was coming home from work this week or just even a couple of times where it's like, he's awake and he's happy, and it's like, oh, I can play with you, I can hug with you, and then I kind of get hit back to reality of like, there's really not much we can do right now, and that kind of bums me out. Like, I love spending time with him, but then I spend like a little bit of time with him, I'm like, I can't do.
All right, that was it.
I can't do really anything that's exciting or fun or like bonding. I mean, I will say, like, I mentioned a couple weeks ago when we went to the wedding and me and him got to go around and hit up a couple shops. Like, I do think there's a lot of value if if you're a dad out there, if you're in a similar spot that we are, first couple weeks, months, like if you haven't had that time, just you and your kid I think that's like really valuable. I think it's a lot different than when it's like mom, dad, and the kid. I think just being alone with them is fun. And is like a special moment, especially if you're, getting to go out and do something together or just experience something together. But
Yeah, I can see that. And I hear you on like that's the thing. I'm not even saying like the doing stuff with him, but like the state fair, I didn't really hang out with JJ. I was at the state fair and he was also there. But it enabled me and Angela and Lady A to have a good time by doing things that are in alignment with what he'll be okay with, rather than saying, no, we're going to go and sit at the Nats game and not move, and you're going to be happy, Like that wasn't going to work for him. That's not playing to his strengths. And so it's like, how do I choose activities that play to his strengths but still bring us joy? Rather than saying, no, I'm going to do it the way we've always done it because I want to do things the way I live my old life. Like, maybe I need to go to the zoo, and that'd still be fun with Angela and I to go and be out. I would have never done that. I would never have done that without him, but like that would play to his strengths. That would get him moving.
Yeah, you make a good point. I couldn't do the zoo.
I mean, hike probably not good for you either. Let's see.
I did feel like you were calling me out there at the baseball game. You know what? My son had a great time.
Oh, I after I said it, I was like, oh crap, that's not what I meant.
No, your son likes motion. I get it.
Yeah.
My kid's a couch potato. No, the zoo is probably good. I personally. I'm not a zoo fan. I'm not an animal activist, but I mean, golly, get those gorillas and lions some land.
We're taking a stand here at the other dads. But yeah, that's the idea. I think those are the two breakthroughs. One for JJ personally, and one for me. And to the dads out there, to like, I think one, I want to say it's okay to mourn things that you lost. I would recommend that you have someone to talk to that isn't your partner, maybe, about that. I just think it's a lot of pressure on your partner. That's what I've learned, is to talk about that. I think they feel pressure for things to go right. But yeah, I think it's important to recognize, like, oh man, that stinks that I can't do that anymore. Like, I can't just go where I want. Like at 7 p.m., I'm inside, like with JJ. Like the night we're inside. Like I can't just go wherever I want at nighttime, and like those things, that's really hard to adjust to. But trying to change my mindset to being like, oh, I get to hang out with JJ, or let's do things that play to him.
It's like it's getting away from like, oh, like this is my life now, to like
exactly
to like, oh, this is my life now. Like this is, I get to do other certain things, and like I have a kid, and like that's a blessing, and I'm experiencing something so like special,
But I was stuck in that for a while, man. I mean, I guess not for a while. Like we were talking about, it feels like I was stuck in there for a while, where it's just like, oh my gosh, everything is different. Like I'll never do anything again. But that's just not true. And like, yeah, I'm just gonna keep trying to choose the other side of that.
Yeah, and I think a lot of those things will only get more fun as they get older. Like state fair in 5 years, that's going to be the weekend of your life.
Maybe.
Get them on that the spinny thing. You can't move a muscle and you're going to throw up.
Oh yeah, that one's a good one. The state fair carnival rides. You're like, you guys assembled this over the weekend?
I gotta say, I don't know how I feel about taking my kid there. I think that's something that like once they're old enough to go on the things, I feel like I'll be like, hey buddy, like this isn't the way to go out.
Yeah, I mean, like they assemble them with like bolts over, like packaged on a trailer, and like it's so scary.
And it's the same thing with like amusement parks. Like when I go back to them now, it's like everyone who works here is like 16 to 18.
Well,
like,
they're not fixing the roller coasters.
I know they're not fixing it, but they're running it. They're doing all the checks. It's like, dude, if I was 16 and some guy's like seatbelt thing wasn't working, I'd be like, all clear.
Yeah, it's good enough.
I mean, like, what am I going to stop the ride?
That's a good point. So yeah,
And the
that's
state fair is even worse because it's less like. I feel like there's a lot less rules at the state fair.
yeah. I don't like the rides to the state fair.
But you can bet we're getting a donut burger.
Oh man, I wanted a funnel cake so bad, couldn't find one
I had some funnel cake fries at the baseball game.
while you were neglecting your son.
He was eating too. He was eating.
That's it, man.
Well,
Yeah, thanks for listening. I hope that's helpful. I hope that helps you, but also other dads out there. Like, just more in that, but also know that you can turn the page.
That's good, Christian. Glad to hear it. Glad you and JJ are hitting your stride here.
Yeah. Oh, the last thing, yeah, the breakthrough I mentioned earlier when you talked about you going back to church. That was another thing. Just like it felt like the dark days were ending, where like all three of those things happened all at once. It's like, oh man, our household is so back. Lady A goes back to work on Thursday, so right when we're doing well.
All right.
It was a good 4 days.
God gives his toughest battles to his strongest. What is it?
Creatures.
It's the old Instagram proverb.
Yeah, I don't know what I don't think that's real.
No, it's not.
Okay. Yeah, so we'll see how that change works, but yeah, good week. And you want to get into segments?
Let's do it. We got a lot.
We do.
All right, Christian, we got a new segment. Play the new segment music.
What is that? That's normal. What is that? That's normal.
That's right. That's normal. This is one I've teased quite a bit, and now I'm just making it a segment because it's a weekly occurrence for me. Sorry, losing oxygen. Down the wrong pipe there. Yeah, that is that's normal. This is basically you observe something with your baby, they're doing something or something about them. You Google it, expecting the worst. And like always, the answer is that's totally normal. What I observed this week on JA was his shins are pretty curved.
Yeah.
I don't know if bowed is the word, but they're definitely not straight, the bone. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like again, my mind was like, how's he gonna beat out a close play first?
He has crooked legs. What's he gonna do? Definitely alignment.
Did a Google search, and that's totally normal in newborns. So if your baby's legs are upside down to the side, that's totally normal.
That's not normal. Yeah, I mean everything is normal for sure. It is defeating. You're like, my baby is definitely going through something. We need to seek help. Nope, stay right where you are. It's normal.
Yep. So I wanted to ask, does JJ have the same thing?
Yeah, I Googled the same thing though. I Googled, why is my son bow-legged? I was like, I was kind of already accusing Lady A. I was like, he's getting that. He got that from you. My legs are straight as an arrow. Like I walk straight. And I always comment on when you get tired, your feet go out, and then it's like, no, it's normal. I was like, I am so sorry. I take back everything I said. You're beautiful. I love your gait.
I love your gait. That is great. That's good.
Yep.
All right, next segment. Do we want to hit the gates here? No, let's save Dr. Rick.
Okay.
I'm going to do my observation from Stranger.
All right.
And that came from work this week. I did have one observation that was a good one. I was walking out of work, past one of our employees. They said, oh, congratulations. How do you feel? A lot of people ask, how do you feel? And I have no clue how to answer that one.
Are you close with them?
No.
Yeah, then doing well.
I'm just like, it's cool. It's like, how does it feel to be a dad?
Oh, I usually say it feels like how I felt before.
Feels like the first time.
Oh, nope. Yeah, that one's a tough one. You're like, what do you mean? Like I feel tired.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I say. But anyway, so this person told me, they said, they said you're gonna gain 40 pounds. New dads always do.
That's amazing.
I don't think that's true.
That's a lot of weight.
That's a lot of weight.
That's not 5 pounds or 10. That's like a whole new body. You gotta get 40 pounds is a new wardrobe.
You have to bump up diaper size.
Yeah, that's tough. 40 pounds.
I just loved that, and new dads always do. And I was like, I don't think that I've never seen that.
Probably knows one dad that happened to.
I think that was just like, I think she was just skipping like the 10 years of dad bod and being like, they put that all on the first month.
Yeah, that is tough. 40 pounds.
Yeah. And just to tell me that, like, you're going to gain 40 pounds.
All right, well, I'll see you on the other side, lady.
All right, I'm going to do one more, and then we'll do Dr. Rick. I got a parenting I saw.
I got one of those too.
Okay, good. You want to go first?
Yeah, sure. So, I am out on a walk with a friend who will remain nameless.
Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm right there.
and we both have kiddos and strollers, and I got Russell tied to my stroller as well. He kind of makes a maneuver. The stroller kind of leans to the side a little bit, and I was like, whoa, Russell, that was a close one. I didn't strap JJ in. And, the other person was like, what do you mean you didn't strap JJ? And you got to strap them in. Anything could happen. I was like, no, well, like sometimes he gets a little fussy when he's strapped in. We're just going on a walk. No big deal. Okay. And we're walking further. I guess in the sidewalk, there's like a missing brick. There's kind of a hole. Anyway, he hits the hole and his son flies out of his stroller because he's not strapped in.
What?
Yes.
No way.
He's older. He's not like a 2-month-old, but it was just so funny. He like roasted me for not strapping in my own son, and his son wasn't strapped in and flew out.
Holy crap. Did you make a comment? Did you say anything?
I said, well, that's ironic. And he laughed.
Did you say that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
When I told him when JJ wasn't strapped in, he was like, well, if he falls out, I wasn't here and I won't tell anyone. No one knows. So maybe he knew something bad was about to happen. He wasn't injured. Good. Let's be clear. It was a very easy fall. Like it almost happened in slow motion where I was like, are you going to catch him?
How old was the kid?
I think that will remain disclosed in case they listen. I think I kept it enough.
I need to know I need to know if they landed on their feet or if this was like face plant onto concrete.
I'll tell you later.
Gosh.
No scratches, no blood. It wasn't on their feet.
Moment of silence from the Other Dads podcast.
So yeah, that was parenting I saw this week. Roast someone for their parenting, then not do what you roasted them for.
Okay, well, I've got one that I would say I've roasted, and I'm pretty confident I won't find myself ever doing this. We saw a couple and their kid this week in our apartment complex going for a walk. And there was no dog, but there was a leash.
Oh, the leash on the kid?
Yep.
Yeah, that's a tough look, man.
What is that about?
I see it in the airport all the time. It freaks me out.
I've never seen that.
Oh, dude, I've seen where the kid is literally like pulling against it with its arms out like a dog. Like it's like
I mean, if I was a kid, that's what I would do. You can't blame the kid.
It's a tough look. I mean, I guess people do it. It makes them feel sane, but man, it looks awful.
I don't think there's an I guess. I want to say right now, if you're out there and your kid's on a leash, I think you're suspended for 1 week from the podcast.
Yeah, I kind of think they should be outlawed. It just the optics alone.
Can I get a reasoning? Should we Google this right now? What is the point of this?
Because kids go everywhere. That's it.
I mean, he's not a dog. What is he going to run away from home?
That's what it is. Because when you're out in public, kids just go sometimes. Like if you have a bad kid, I guess, or your kid doesn't mind. No offense if you have a kid who just goes.
Can you imagine being the third grader that's like still getting leashed?
Come here, Johnny. No, Mom, not
Ricky.
not in front of my friends.
Please let me go.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, we should see
good.
we should look up who is the oldest person to be leashed.
I don't think we want to know the answer to that.
That sounds like
a leash. I want to get the biggest leash advocate on the pod and go toe to toe.
Yeah, I think there's got to be a My Guilty Pleasure or like like a Vice video of someone who was leashed till they were 15.
Exactly. And they're like now they think they're a husky.
Yeah, it's a really bad look. I want to believe that those parents are doing their best, but it is bad.
I think they're doing the least.
Can't even be bothered.
You're pretty much just saying like, man, I don't even want to worry about maybe having to take an extra step.
Hands free. They get it around their waist instead of at their hands.
Yeah, might as well just get. When does that just become a shock collar?
Yeah, I was gonna say just do like an electric fence.
There's a 20-foot radius around Dad. If you leave,
I'm thinking we could become the #1 anti-leash kid leash podcast. We could be, instead of leash laws, we could be advocating for anti-leash laws. I think that's what we should do, man.
If you're out there and you are a victim of leashing,
child leashing, or adult leashing, that'd be really bad. But child leashing, yeah, 1-800-TOD-LEASH never.
Never do it. Christian's next blog: why leashing is not good for your kids.
No, that would not be a lesson for JJ.
P.S. JJ, don't leash your future kid, my grandkid.
I got it. Life is not meant to be lived on a leash. Mic drop.
Yeah, that one's good. Now, with that being said, we are in favor of leashing pets.
Yeah, let's be clear. We're not anti-leash. We're anti-kid leashes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, leash your dog. Come on, don't be that person.
Can you imagine going for a walk and you're leashed and you see another family walking out and their dog is not leashed? You're like, this dog's got more freedom than I do.
Yeah, I'm sure kids think that.
Come on, Mom, look at Buster. He gets to play.
Well, he listens to me.
Oh, it's so good. The dog's in the family. The dog walks the kid.
Yes.
All right, we should move on from leashing.
We get a little. I'm with you though. I see it and I judge those people, and I don't want to judge them, but I judge them.
All right, Christian. I think it's time for Dr. Rick.
Let's do it. I've got
one.
We'll do 3 this week.
And you're saving some for later.
And I've got more that I'm saving. I'm really becoming my dad.
I think you might need to be. Yeah, we might need to have an intervention here.
Yeah, it's getting pretty out of hand. I'll start us off. I'll do 2, you do 1, and I'll do my last one.
Okay.
The first one is, I think directly in the commercial, but I just hear myself doing it more often. Just grunting every time you get up. Yep. It's just like, and it's just second nature at this point.
Sometimes you get a little like, you have to give yourself a little boost to get up. You know,
yeah. Excuse me. I don't know why you want to signal to the rest of the world, I am moving. Everyone should know my movement has begun.
I didn't think about it. That's a good way to go about it.
The second Dr. Rick is man, this one hurt me when I
What if you did vocalization instead of noises? You had to actually say the noise, like I'm getting up.
Time to leave.
Taking a load off.
My next one, this one, like I said, it hurt me when I heard myself doing it. We've all heard our parents do this one, and you kind of hate it, and you're like, can we not? I was just driving down the interstate, and I couldn't stop reading out loud just everything I saw. Oh, Jason's Deli. Wow, that guy's running for office again.
Oh, that's so good.
Wow, that road was called Somerset. I wonder what's over there.
The best version of that is, and my dad did this earlier this year. We were on vacation in Arizona. It's doing it in a new place.
Oh, exactly. That's what I was doing. I was going to this wedding.
Look at that. Applebee's. They've got one here.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
My dad literally looked out the window. He said, Hampton Inn, huh?
That's what I mean. What are we doing? Like, and I've heard my parents doing this and other old people, and you're like, shut up. I can read. But I did it.
It's never anything exciting. It's not like, oh, look,
No.
there's that famous building. It's literally like, oh, look, there's the local Denny's.
Yep. No, and then I didn't do this, but they'll have opinions. Oh, I'll never go to Denny's. Like, no one asked. No one.
Yeah.
What? Okay. To the point, I didn't do this, I don't think, but there's a point where they'll even interrupt. They'll interrupt you mid-sentence, like you're telling them about your day, and they'll be like, oh, Hampton Inn. Like, are you listening to me?
Yeah.
Am I just talking to the void? That one stunk to see myself doing it, and I hope I don't continue it.
And did you catch yourself, or were you caught out?
No, I caught myself. Lady A was not listening. That's what wives do when fathers do this. They don't care what you're saying. You're just filling the air.
You're just
like your dad
to yourself.
When your dad said Hampton Inn, your mom was in another planet. She had no clue what he said.
No. We were listening because we just said it to him the entire week. Anytime there was silence, we just said, "Hey, Dad, Hampton Inn."
Huh.
Actually, I think it was a first. I think he said, "Huh, Hampton Inn," as if like, "Wow, that's out here."
They got one of those out here. Wow.
All right, Christian.
So I hope I can get on from that. But what about you?
My Dr. Rick, this is a bad one. Our neighbor that lives above us, she's a sweet old lady. Her name is Nancy, and
sweet Nancy.
She's been a joy to live below. She's always out on her porch, smoking a cigarette.
Could have gone anywhere.
Talking to everybody. But I got out of my car, I parked, got home. When she's out there, I feel obligated to say something. She's literally right above us. So it's like I have to, but I'm running out of things to say. Like sometimes I'll stop and talk to her, but other times it's like, yeah, just gonna go inside now. Like,
oh yeah.
But she's right there. And I don't know how it's been up for you, a little north of here. The weather's been getting nice the last couple weeks.
Oh yeah.
We're in the 70s. It's what some would say the best weather possible, maybe mid 70s.
Is that a question?
No comment.
I mean, yeah, it is.
Anyway, so I get out of my truck. I look up. I say hi. She says something. There's silence. And I say on a 77-degree day, it's a hot one today.
That's a direct quote?
Yep.
Oh, that's awesome.
I mean, it was the nicest day of the last 5 months.
That's not hot, but you just had to say something to fill the air.
I just had to do something with the weather.
Yeah, I do. It's a go-to.
It's a hot one today.
It is a for sure way to get out of a long convo. Just, hey, I'm mailing this. It's like you could just say, hey, I'm gonna say something that doesn't matter, and they'd be like, yep, got it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Wow, what a day. It's a hot one. That's great. Not hot. What'd she say? No.
I don't even know if she said. I think she was honestly like, and the best part is she sits out there on her porch all the time. So for her, I'm sure she was like, "Oh, what a great day to be out here! It's actually cool." And she didn't really say anything. I think she was like, "What did he say?"
When it snows, she's gonna be like, "Hey, is this better?"
Yeah, I hope she forgot already. I immediately walked inside and looked at Lady G and said, "I've got my Dr. Rick. That was bad."
Nice. All right, I got one more, Josh.
Hit me. Your last
and
one.
This is actually from Lady A, and this one was awesome to witness. We get to the state fair, and we're walking in, and there's like the information table, DC State Fair information table, and Lady A says, "Oh, awesome! The information desk." Never been said by anyone but a parent ever.
Lady A. Oh, that is so good.
They'll be able to help us find our way.
Hope they have a map.
Yeah. Oh man. I wonder if they have a schedule
list of all the vendors.
Yeah, a schedule of events.
Wow, there's gonna be a magician at 2 p.m.
Yeah. We couldn't have just figured this one out by walking around. I'm really glad we found the information desk.
Information table at the state fair of all places.
I just loved her excitement. Awesome. I'm so glad
Awesome.
I'm so glad they put that at the entrance.
Is that a direct quote? Awesome.
Yeah, direct quote. Oh, awesome, the information desk or table. Yeah.
That's a good one. Thank you for sharing. Lady A, welcome.
Yeah, I think that's
I've
her
got a good one
first
for
verse.
Lady G. I'm sure she's had some.
All right. Next is for Dad's ears only.
Ladies, turn those headphones down.
And turn the soap opera up.
Get that bath going.
No,
Maybe
that's always weird when it sounds too sensual.
It's not sensual, dude. It's a nice bubble bath, reading a book, maybe a candle.
I know, but with the D boys, get the bath going.
Yeah. Hey.
And think of me.
And think about your idiot husband. All right, they're definitely not listening by now. All right, dads, give me your ears.
You got stuck on ears.
We talked a lot leading into birth about, not being sensitive in labor and delivery, and your wife's, the mom's going to say some things. You got to have thick skin. That was a constant theme. And I think we both did a good job on that. Would you say so, Christian?
Yeah, I'd say our wives would speak to that.
What I'm here to tell you today is that it doesn't really end in labor and delivery, because what you have are the postpartum hormones. Christian, tell everyone what hormones are.
I'm going to defer to you. I don't know what those are. They're chemicals that make us gendered.
I'm going to take that and say sure.
Yeah, no clue. Gendered by feeling, which is people would argue with. They are hormones that make you feel anger or sadness, maybe. Let's go with that.
It doesn't really, telling me they're hormones doesn't really explain the word.
Oh, chemicals that make you angry with testosterone or sad with estrogen. That's all I got.
Okay. And so, yeah, the mom's going to have that. And she might say some things that offend you. For example, yesterday, going to church, first day, Lady G's getting JA in his car seat. I'm finishing getting ready. I walk out, She says, "Are you ready to go?" I said, "Yep." I'm just walking around the living room. She looks at me and she says, "Are you ready to go? You're walking like a turtle."
Is it just taking too long?
I don't know. I was just walking around. I was ready. I don't think she thought I was ready because I was still moving around. And I got called a turtle. Just out of the blue. I've never been called that.
It's fine, babe. I don't care. It doesn't hurt my feelings.
Yeah, my advice to the dads out there is to know when it's clearly a hormonal lash out and just laugh it off. We laughed about it. It was fun in the moment. It was not, but moments after it was.
Wow, that's funny.
Don't try to get even. I would say that as well.
That would have been bad. What would you have called her?
I don't know.
All right, giraffe neck. No offense, Lady G. I'm not saying you have a long neck. Just first thing that came to my mind.
Easy there, Hippo.
Yeah.
All right, hooty hoo.
Hooty hoo.
Welcome back, ladies.
We're glad you're here. All right, we're gonna wrap up the show with the mailbag. Got an email that came in that we wanted to take a question from Nabby Cankles, if you're out there. And the question
can we just say real quick, the person that sent this in is a friend of the pod, and this is a doctor work in itself, thinking that sending an email with BCC meant that it was anonymous.
Yeah, so he titled himself Nabby Cankles, but we know who he is, and pretty hilarious. He said he was sending an anonymous email, and immediately we knew who it was because it says his name and the email.
Little thing called caller ID.
All right. He asked us, what is your favorite thing that JJ and JA did this week? Could be cute, smart, or etc. And he also proposed to be a segment idea, so we can consider that. But let's start with a question. Josh, what was your favorite thing that JA did this week?
I'm gonna follow your lead here. What do you got?
So first, I want to say I like this question because I think we can be harsh. I think I think we have a humorous outlook on life, but it is good to remember, like, you saying you looked at his photos all day, and me falling more in love with him. Like that's a reality, and we both feel that way. So I hope you viewers think that. Maybe this will help get that across more. But my favorite thing actually happened today, so that's convenient. We were out eating on our porch, and JJ literally laughed, like a sustained laugh out of nowhere. It's the second time he's chuckled before where he goes, but tonight he went, and
is it that deep?
Yeah, he's a giant.
Golly.
No, it's not that deep.
Sounds like Goliath.
But he, yeah, it's the second time he's done that when we're eating, and I don't know, something's like tickling his nose, maybe the scent of the pepper from the food. I'm not sure, but man, it was awesome. And he also chuckled like that earlier in the week when he was looking at the fan, because that was funny to him. Funny fan. So yeah, definitely some really cute little moments of laughter with him. What about you, Josh?
Oh, well, I think you're a couple weeks ahead of me.
Yeah, you're on a lag. You got it. Your streaming service is not very good.
I'm nowhere near a laugh.
There hasn't been laughter in this house in years.
My original answer was going to be nothing, but I don't think this answers the question. What was it? Something cute or smart?
No. Your favorite thing he did this week.
Okay, yeah. So this is not my favorite thing. It actually kind of bothers me.
That's not the question.
Well, it's just what's coming to my mind. I like to kiss him on the cheek. And all right, well, actually, I take that. But I got a spin zone for it that makes it a positive. I like to kiss him on the cheek, and some would say I like to kiss him too hard, too lovingly. Because there's a couple times if I do it too hard, he just screams, immediately starts crying.
Yeah, JJ hates when I kiss him on the cheek.
Now, the reason why I think it's cute or funny is we talked about before, but it's just the delayed reaction. So good. I'll give him a good kiss. He's fine. He's fine. He's fine. He's fine. Cries. Top of his lungs.
You might have acid on your lips. Kiss of death.
I have no comment for that.
That's all I had.
Yeah. The delayed reaction.
You ever read Fight Club? Kisses his hand with the lips with some chemicals on them.
I'm gonna let you answer that question yourself.
You've seen Fight Club?
Nope.
All right. Well, moving on. Well, that was Mailbag. Thank you, Nabby Cankles, for the email. We appreciate you, and thanks for giving us Dr. Rick you didn't even know you were giving us. with Josh, that brings us to the end of our show. This was fun. It was a packed show. And I must ask you, did you see the fellas this week?
No. Christian, did you see the fellas this week?
No. All right. That does it for us here at the Other Dads Pod, episode 17. We hope you all had fun. We sure did. And make sure to follow us on Instagram, X, and send us an email, theotherdadspod@gmail.com. Also, that's our Instagram handle. We are working on pumping out more IG content. So be on the lookout and give us a follow. And check out my blog on Substack. Oh. Hey, as we close out, we also just want to shout out our South Korean and Ireland listener. We're excited to have you here. Tell your friends. We're ready to go global. We love you.
Is it one dude? I thought it was.
We're now.
You said they were South Korean and Irish. I think it's two.
No, yeah, two people. They're not. It's not. I mean, they could be South Korean and Irish, I guess, but
diverse background.
Yeah, no, we're in 4 countries: America, Canada, Ireland, and South Korea is where the Other Dads Faithful exist. And so, just thank you for spreading the word, and thanks for listening.
And if you email us as a listener from another country, you are first reservation to be a guest on the next episode.
What is it? Give us an Irish accent in the closeout. All I can think of is a pirate accent. Aye, matey.
trying to think about an Irish person. I think.
Now look at Joms. Is that right?
Maybe Rory McIlroy. Yeah, it's playing well today. The course was tough, and I was listening to the Other Dads podcast, and it just is helping me on the course as I hit balls. I think I'm going a little bit English here.
Some dads are losers. Some dads play golf.
I always go into an Australian accent with all my accents.
Everything for me becomes Borat. Quickly go to Kazakhstan.
I'll just quickly go into an Australian accent.
Very nice.
Let's do South Korea.
Nope.
Some dads have to spend time with their kids. And some dads get to spend time with their kids. And no dad is perfect.
Thanks for being the Other Dads.
Peace.
Finger guns.
Game 15 of TOD Pick'em goes to me as the San Francisco 49ers defeat the New York Jets 32-19. I am now up 9-6 in the series. I don't need the coin toss.